Am I the butthole? AmITheA for demanding that my niece, or her parents, pay me back for the hundreds of dollars of perfume she stole from me. Note, I'm not involving the police, suing anyone, etc. Please don't try to argue with me about this or convince me why I should. I have a perfume collection that I started when I was a teenager slinging burritos as my first job. I have over 400 bottles at this point. I take great pride in my collection, and I use it. I'm also happy to give people decants, samples, of most of my bottles, let them sample a spray or two, give some bottles as gifts, etc. What I have a huge issue with is my 17-year-old niece coming into my home under the guise of walking my dog, decanting bottles on her own and selling the samples to her little friends. She thinks that because I have so many bottles, I wouldn't notice some missing or getting massive dents in them. Well, little Miss Entrepreneur failed to realize that her private Instagram wasn't friends only or whatever, and I saw each and every fucking story with each price and sample she had. I tallied it up and got a pretty good estimate based on cost per ounce. Thankfully, she mostly picked the TikTok famous perfumes like Bianco Latte and Escapade Gourmand, and didn't go for the most rare, niche perfumes. She did snatch an entire 2.5 ounces bottle of Baccarat Rouge, though, which runs $300 plus at most retailers, as well as full bottles of perfumes you can get at Sephora, like Marc Jacobs Daisy, Burberry Her Elixir, Flo Urban, etc. Petty or not, I printed out the entire list of what she'd taken, price estimate, and handed it off to my sister, her mom. I said that I expect to be paid back, in full, and of course her f***ing sneaky little ass is never allowed in my home again. My sister got super pissy with me going on about how my niece is just a kid, kids make mistakes, etc. I said yes, kids make mistakes, and this is a great way for my niece to learn from hers. Their argument is that now the money she was going to use for a car has to go towards paying me back. I don't care. She is lucky that I have no interest in involving the police, small claims, or any of that. But AmITheA, because she is a teenager, she's just a kid who created a successful business enterprise selling stolen property, NTA. This is part of what bugs me. If she had come to me and asked me if she could sell a handful of her friends some samples, I might have entertained the idea. I know getting samples for niche perfumes is a hassle, but nope, she screwed herself out of that one. This is a great way to learn. You are so right. This is a character building core memory if she has consequences. NTA by any measure? Absolutely. I feel like this is an even better learning opportunity because she's saving money for a car. It will truly hit here where it hurts now. Right? Like you're not asking for her to use her hard-earned cash to pay for an accident. She didn't spill a glass of wine on a silk run, and now she can't afford a car. You're asking her to pay back the money she earned from theft. She literally stole from you, and is trying to argue she shouldn't have to pay you back because now she can't buy something she wants with the profits of her crime. She is 17. She is not a kid. If she's old enough to be driving a car, she's old enough to know stealing is wrong. She made a mistake, sure, but I bet she thinks the mistake was getting caught, not the crime itself. When you make a mistake, kid or not, you do what you can to make it right. Paying you back is how she can do that. I know you don't want to involve the police, I get it. She's family etc, but your niece is a criminal. That needs to be loud and clear. Your sister is trying to argue that your niece should get to keep the proceeds of her crime. NTA. I can see from the fact that her mom considers a 17-year-old just a kid, as if she were a 5-year-old who stole a cookie before dinner, has caused her to act very entitled. She made a series of decisions to steal from you and profit from it, and she's either just a kid when she's stealing pricey scents, or she's an almost adult saving up for a car. Can't have it both ways on your dime. You'll be teaching her a better lesson than her mom bothered to. This teen is lucky the lesson only involves having to pay back what she stole, instead of having charges pressed. OP is being nicer about this than a lot of people would. 17 is way too old to excuse stealing. If she tries this in less than a year with the wrong person, she will end up with a criminal record for the rest of her adult life. Depending where this is, that would be the best least violent outcome for her. In some parts of the world, if someone knows you're stealing from them, or have stolen from them in the past, they don't even bother with a legal approach, they just go straight to kicking the person's ass. My Phil used to go to Tanzania for a month every summer. He had a new MacBook One trip that was stolen, and was pretty sure he knew who took it but didn't say anything because he worried they'd kill him. They look down on thieves as is, let alone someone who'd stolen from a guest of the village. Hell, people die over that kind of thing here in the US every day it seems. It's definitely good for AmITheA to learn her lesson this way rather than the hard way later on. Note, I'm not involving the police, suing anyone, etc. Please don't try to argue with me about this or convince me why I should. Understood, but your niece is very lucky you are taking this approach. Their argument is that now the money she was going to use for a car has to go towards paying me back. I don't care. Of course it has to go to paying you back. Why would you buy your niece a car if she didn't have to pay you back? That is what would be happening with extra steps. Is she buying the car using money from stolen perfume? If someone stole $20 cash from me, and then bought a burrito with their credit card, I'm still down $20, and they got a burrito which costs an amount of bucks and $20. No one in their right mind would be like, ah dang, you spent money. I guess that means I don't care about the money you stole from me on account of the burrito you bought with them. This cracked me up, thank you. Ah shit. Burritos are delicious. Well, see ya later. Decants from rare vintage perfumes can go for substantial amounts. People make a living off of this. Your niece decided to defraud you hoping she would never get caught. I think her parent needs to take a hard look at the morals of her child. I am so thankful that she doesn't have an eye for vintage perfumes, and only took the popular stuff. Stupid question here. How long are the vintage perfumes good for? Like, would you still wear a 25-year-old Bulgari? It'll depend on storage, ingredients, etc. I generally don't wear perfumes that are that old. Maybe smell them once in a while. I've got some 25-year-old Lilique minis in gorgeous bottles that still smell great. I just wish I'd been able to afford the full size. The bottles are collector's items too. AmITheA, I don't see how her not having a car is your problem. The money she has for the car is made from selling perfume she stole from you. She's lucky the consequences are not more serious. I guess she won't have a car until she figures out legitimate ways to earn money that doesn't involve stealing. Also, if her hobby is theft, enabling her to take her racket farther out is a very poor choice. She can't be trusted at home. She can't be trusted to leave home in her own. I'm wondering if the niece significantly undervalued the samples, and now would have to use money she had saved from other sources to fully reimburse OP. Sucks to not only be a thief but a shit business person too. She might be able to learn multiple lessons from this little stunt. The money she has for the car is made from selling perfume she stole from you. I was floored they tried to make this argument. I mean, seriously, they're trying to suggest the thief is the real victim here, because she can't get a car if she can't use the proceeds from the sale of ARP's stolen goods. How the hell is the sister not furious with her daughter? Seems to have zero intention of punishing her, and is arguing they should be able to keep the money from what she stole.
That's all for today. Please like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to hear more hilarious, scary, devastating, heartwarming, and amazing content. Thanks and have a great day.